Naviance is a college and career database and resource for students and families. It has information about colleges, as well as statistics related to college acceptances that are specific to Darien High School students. The counseling department also sends out transcripts, counselor and teacher recommendation letters, and other supporting documents through Naviance when it comes time to apply to college's senior year. Parents can have a Naviance account as well, but most parents simply log in with or as their student. If you'd like your own account, though, you can email your student's counselor to get one set up. Students and families can access Naviance by clicking the link under the Counseling tab of the Darien High School website. Students can now log in using Clever and using their Darien High School Google account. Once logged into Naviance, you'll see a home page. You can navigate the Naviance resource by using the tabs in the top center of the page: Home, Self-Discovery, Careers, Colleges, Planner, and About Me. On the far right of the home page is a heart to jump to favorited items, an envelope for messages, and a question mark for the Naviance Help Center. There's a blue circle with the student's initials, which contains account information. The About Me tab includes test scores, where students can access test scores that we've uploaded into Naviance for them. There's also a resume feature. We cover resumes with students during sophomore seminar. This is also the section where students can access any surveys our counseling department has assigned. The Self-Discovery tab gives students access to various self-discovery inventories. Students can complete these inventories to learn more about their individual strengths, learning styles, personality, and potential career interests. Students may have already completed some of these inventories in a previous year's counseling seminar, but these inventories can be retaken if students want another opportunity to reflect on their strengths and interests. We mainly use the Career tab with students during their freshman and sophomore years, but students may wish to revisit these career features if they are trying to decide on a major. That being said, most students enter college undecided. Students can search for specific careers, or they can search by clusters. And these searches will also provide related occupations as well as majors associated with specific careers. Then we have the Colleges tab, which is used the most junior and senior year. You can access various college process features through the college homepage or through the links under the Colleges tab at the top. Naviance has some great college search features to help students develop an initial college list under the Find Your Fit section. There's the Supermatch College Search. As you select criteria, schools begin to pop up below that match the criteria you've selected. You can specify your GPA and test scores in this search. Note, the GPA is listed for colleges in the Supermatch are national averages and not Darien-specific averages. There's also the Advanced College Search. Here you can go through the different tabs at the top to select specific criteria. When you're ready, you can select View Matches and a list of schools matching that criteria pops up. We remind students not to get too specific in their search criteria, as doing so could limit the number of colleges that pop up in a search, and initially, having a broad list is helpful. Students can then save these searches and return to them later when they have more time to explore some of the schools that have come up. They can explore a school even further by visiting each college's specific page in Naviance.
So as you go through various searches, you'll start to click on the schools that interest you. Each school will have its own profile in Naviance. We encourage students to spend a good amount of time on these pages during their initial searches to get a sense of what these schools have to offer. The first section of a school's profile will include general information about the school, useful links, and helpful stats. As you scroll down, you'll notice that each school profile is going to have various tabs to explore. The first tab being the Overview tab, which includes some quick facts about the school. Moving down to the Scholarships and Costs tabs, these sections provide information about the school's specific merit scholarships, as well as various measures to learn about the school's tuition and overall cost projections. The next tab is the Events and Visits tab. This is one place where we will post any visits that schools will be making to Darien High School. Admissions counselors' visits to Darien High School will be discussed later in this video. The next tab is probably the most popular tab in a school's profile on Naviance. That is the Admissions tab. Here you can again see what the average acceptance rate at that school is, along with other helpful information. If you scroll down, you can see the application history by looking at the bar graphs and tables available. These are helpful in learning about Darien High School's application history and identifying admissions trends over the years. So, in this example, for Clemson, we had 69 students apply from the class of 2025, 31 students were accepted, and 6 enrolled. And the most popular feature, I would say, in Naviance when reviewing schools are the scattergrams. Many school profiles in Naviance will have a scattergram. These scattergrams give data points for each student at Darien High School who applied to the schools in the past few years. The data points represent each student's GPA and test scores. These data points are marked with various symbols, but generally speaking, if the data point is marked with a green check mark, that student was accepted. If marked with a red X, that student was denied. There may be indicators for waitlisted students as well. If you click on this drop box, you can also change the type of test a student is using for their application. So now, I'm looking at students who applied with an ACT score. There is also the option to click on Applied Test Optional. While this data is available, this is developing data that Darien High School is still gathering. This is not complete data that we recommend using. If you zoom into the intersection point and hover over it, you will see the average GPA and test score for admitted students from DHS to that school. Students can use these scattergrams to learn about acceptance trends and help shape their college lists. At the same time, these are not fortune tellers. They're helpful guides, but there's so much more to students in their application than just these data points, especially in the test optional environment we're currently in. Many schools will also be looking at student activities, their character, contributions to the community, recommendations, essays, and so much more. Scattergrams, as well as the bar graph and table above, can also be helpful in building a balanced list of safety, target, and reach schools. Students can better gauge where a school falls on their list by understanding admissions trends over the years at Darien High School and by referencing their person icon on these scattergrams. Generally, a student can consider Clemson to be a reach if they find themselves to be toward this part of the scattergram with more X's. Moving up to a target when we're more in this general area, and then possibly a safety when moving toward mostly green check marks. Again, scattergrams are not the end-all be-all of college admissions. As you all know, there is so much more to students and their applications. Admissions reps are people too, and they're often looking to admit students who are engaging and going to contribute to their schools in a variety of ways, not just through test scores and GPAs. What I usually tell students is to use this information as initial guides when creating their college lists, and try not to get bogged down or disappointed by the numbers. Schools are looking for reasons to admit, not reasons to deny. So, it's great to ask themselves, what are my reasons to admit? And focus on those strengths more so than just the numbers on a graph. Moving on to the next tab, the Majors tab. This section will share data around class ratios and retention, as well as top areas of study at that school and a list of available majors. The Student Life tab provides you with a snapshot of what the campus and student body looks like, from the size of the overall school and their location to the number of students living on campus and a sense of their diversity. The Alumni tab will include testimonials from the college's alum, and the Related Colleges tab will provide you with a list of schools that students consider that are similar to the ones you're currently looking at. This is a particularly helpful tool to expand your list of colleges. Overall, these school profiles can be very helpful in getting a general sense of what a school has to offer. Eventually, you'll move away from Naviance and spend more time getting to know schools on their websites and through tours or visits with reps. If a student ends up liking a school they are exploring on Naviance, they can add the school to their Colleges I'm Thinking About list by selecting the favorite icon at the top right of the profile. This school can now be found in their Colleges I'm Thinking About list, found under the Colleges tab. This is just one of many ways students can keep track of their list of schools. Next year during senior seminar in the first quarter, we'll walk seniors through the tasks they need to complete in Naviance as they work on their applications. This will include sending transcripts and recommendation letters to schools. Students will be managing these materials in the various pages found under the Apply to College column in the Colleges tab. The pages they will primarily use during the application process in their senior year are the Colleges I'm Applying to page, Manage Transcripts, and Letters of Recommendation. We do not send scores to schools through Naviance. The Colleges I'm Applying to list is a list Darien High School uses to determine which colleges to send students materials to. Seniors will either add these schools to their list manually or have them auto-populate from their common application list, which is a very handy feature. Once students add colleges to their Colleges I'm Applying to list, they can then go ahead and request transcripts to be sent to these schools, as well as specific teacher recommendation letters. As juniors, students won't have access to these functions. They will be open to them for senior year as they begin working with us in counseling seminar and applying to schools. The last section I would like to quickly mention is the college rep visit list. Every year, we have around 200 college representatives visiting with our students. These are opportunities for students to learn about schools and ask questions. Though many visits have already been held this year, Juniors and seniors can still attend any upcoming visits during the school day. Juniors and seniors can miss classes for visits as long as they ask teachers for permission ahead of time. Students can find the list of college visits by clicking on the Colleges tab and then College Visits. Here you'll find the dates and times schools will be visiting with Darien High School. We ask that all students register here. These visits are held on the ground floor of the A building. Room locations are posted in the hallway. That about wraps up our Naviance overview. Anne and I would like to thank everyone for joining us. We hope that you found this helpful. There are a lot of great features on Naviance to use that can help guide you and your student through the post-secondary planning process. We encourage students to spend time navigating the program to get to know it more. It's not just for college planning. Students can also spend time reflecting on what their interests are, maybe exploring careers a bit more, and researching schools or programs that may set them up for that. If you have any questions about Naviance, please reach out to your school counselor. Thank you.